Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, we began our investigation. I am very excited to get into this. I do think this is the murders. This is the crime scene, shall we say, that has piqued my interest the most. I'm very excited to get into this. Where do we want to start? We spoke to Chiaki at the end of last episode. Also, let me start my timer. I did remember to set it for 45 minutes. Let's start with the bodies, I think. Also, now we'll go from the far corners. There we go. That'd make sense. It's the rope that was tied to the baton lighting on the ceiling. Ibuki hanged herself with this rope and died. From what I can tell, it looks like a regular length of rope with no unnatural features. But despite the fact this music venue has a storage room, there shouldn't have been any rope in there. Which means, was it obtained from the supermarket? Did the killer bring it from there? That means anybody could have obtained this rope, and it means it'd be difficult to use this as a clue. I wonder if that's true. Huh? Oh, I just noticed a little something. Is it okay if I confirm it?
Hey!
Excuse me, Mikan, do you have a moment?
What's happened?
There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right?
Well... Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
I see.
I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself. That was obvious the moment we discovered the body. You might not have seen it, but we all saw that she hanged herself. You're right. Yep, I got it. So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place. Jeez. As usual, I have no idea what he's up to. Rope used for hanging has been added to the Truth Will It section of your handbook, not hanged book. That'd be morbid. Okay, I can see two ways that this went. Because the Monokuma file says she died because of a crushed windpipe. You can have your windpipe crushed in a number of different ways. If someone got a rope, pulled it around her neck and choked her out with it, that would crush her windpipe all the same. I think potentially one of two things happened. Either what I just said, someone said, hey, Ibuki, stand facing the corner and don't defend yourself, basically, and Ibuki would have just done it. Or someone said, hey, Ibuki, you need to hang yourself, and so she did. But here's the thing, there is no guarantee that was at the music venue, because if she, I'm also going to say the thing we saw on the camera, that wasn't Ibuki. I'm going to keep saying that couldn't have been her, because there was no hair coming down. That was the killer. Whatever we saw on the camera, that was staged by the killer. That was them pretending to, hang themselves and all of that. Ibuki could have been killed. Ibuki could have been killed in the hospital. All it would take was for the killer to bring her over to the music venue, put the rope around her neck, tie the rope to the baton lighting, and then push the button to raise it up. There is no guarantee that Ibuki's injuries were caused by being hung from the baton lighting with this rope. Am I making sense? Again, I hope I'm making sense. I'm gonna keep saying that. Oh no, the cute hemp bag I wanted. Oh, that makes me sad. Ibuki had a hemp bag on her head and was hanging from the ceiling. But why did she have a hemp bag on her head? Wait, huh? That hemp bag. Upon further inspection, there's a Monami decal on the fabric. It looks like this isn't just a normal bag. Yeah, and Monokuma was selling them. I can't remember if he said how many there were, however he could provide us with a list of people who bought them, if there are multiple. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. Blood on her feet. You. I definitely think the body was moved. I don't think this is where she died. I think she was killed elsewhere, probably the hospital. And then the killer just brought her over here. Because I have noticed there's blood. There's blood on the ladder. There was blood on the stage that got cleaned up. I don't recall there being any blood on the ladder in the transmission. I was saying before, if the killer is who I think it is, if it's Mikan, there is no way that Mikan would have been able to lure Hiyoko here. Hiyoko hated Mikan, and she also didn't want anything to do with any of the sick people or any of the people helping the sick people. So there is absolutely no way that Mikan would have been able to lure Hiyoko here. Under no circumstances would Hiyoko have gone along with anything Mikan was saying. So I don't know why. I don't know why, but I think potentially the order of events, Ibuki is killed in the hospital, Mikan brings her over to the music venue, she's setting up the crime scene. I feel like Hiyoko arrives. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe, would she even have done the transmissions? I doubt it. I'm pretty sure we got told that she was staying in the motel room, in her motel room, so I don't know why. I don't know why she arrived here, but I think she walked in on Mikan setting up the crime scene, and that's why she had to die. It was like, no witnesses, shh! And she just slashed her right across the throat, and then it's, okay, well, we've got to put her up on the pillar, then I'm gonna wrap wallpaper around it so it's hidden. Her blood got on the floor, she cleaned that up, but then she didn't clean up the blood splatter that hit Ibuki's feet, or the stepladder. I feel like I'm wording this in such a stupid way. I should also say I'm very tired right now, which maybe isn't the best way for me to be recording this, but I feel like I'm explaining my thoughts in such a slow, silly way, but that's... I think there was blood splatter, it splashed on the stage, and Mikan caught that, but she didn't catch the blood on Ibuki's shoes or on the stepladder. She then goes to get fuckface. Hajime, there we go. I'm sorry, Hajime. I'm sorry for calling you a fuckface. She goes to get Hajime, brings him to the hospital, and I think she's already grabbed the camera. She's grabbed the camera, she brings it to that one room with the blackout curtain, she does her fake little like, ooh, I'm I'm gonna hang myself, aha, which causes Hajime to leave. He runs in, is, oh shit, Ibuki, she's dead. He runs off to go get help. Mikan has followed him out. Smash the camera, reveal Hiyoko, glue the door, and then all she has to do is find Fuyuhiko and be like, I don't know what's happening. Ooh, help me. I was outside the thing when we all went to bash it in, so I couldn't have possibly done it. Like that. I feel like that's the timeline. I know there are gaps. I have no proof it was Mikan other than a gut feeling. What the fuck was Hiyoko doing here? Like, seriously, why was she outside of her room? Those are two big question marks, but that is the timeline that makes the most sense in my head with the evidence that I can see. I need the caffeine. I need to wake up. To be fair, I don't need to wake up. It's like 9 p.m. as I'm recording this, but I need the caffeine to wake up for the recording. Ooh. I've had a long day, and I didn't get much sleep last night, so... Okay, enough theorizing, back to the episode. What's this on Ibuki's feet? I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. It's blood, right? But there shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki. If that's the case, this blood belongs to someone else. Blood on the soles has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, can I talk to you for a sec? You already discovered the body before you met up with us, right? Yeah. At first I didn't know it was Ibuki because of that hemp bag, though. But I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from that rope.
Like...
Which means Ibuki must have died before Hiyoko was tied up.
Well...
That helps. There's no time of death written in the Monokuma file this time. So I wasn't really sure who died first. It's true, their estimated time of death wasn't written in the Monokuma file this time. But I should know when Ibuki died because I personally saw it. No, you saw someone pretending. Ibuki was already dead by that point. You know what I was saying before about Ibuki having been killed in the hospital? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense because why would you risk being caught dragging a dead body to the music venue? Also, is Mikan strong? If we're going off my gut feeling, is Mikan strong? Ibuki looks pretty light. You know what, I reckon, because you wouldn't get caught, let me reword that, you wouldn't want to be caught dragging a dead body to the music venue. Like, what if someone was having a midnight stroll at that time and they happen to see you, then you're fucked. I reckon she maybe told Ibuki, hey, go to the music venue. She killed her there. And maybe that's what Hiyoko walked in on. I think that... I think the reason why Hiyoko is dead is because she walked in and saw something she shouldn't. Why? I have no idea. But I think Ibuki probably walked to the music venue, then she was either choked out or she was convinced to hang herself, and Hiyoko walked in and was like, what the fuck am I watching? And Mikan was like, night night, bitch. Yeah, you wouldn't want to risk being caught with a dead body. She would have had Ibuki walk over. But I should know when Ibuki died because I personally saw it. No, you didn't. Again, that's not Ibuki. That is not Ibuki because there is no hair. Also, there is no blood splatter on the stepladder. A blood splatter would look very different depending on the angle of the ladder. That might not have been very well explained. I'll explain that more when we actually get to the ladder, but ooh, that is a thought. I must remember to check that. In that video, Ibuki was climbing the stepladder on her own, so right after that... Wait, hold on. If Ibuki climbed that stepladder and died right after, does that mean she committed suicide? No, that's impossible. Because even if Ibuki committed suicide, it doesn't explain Hiyoko's death afterward. Two different deaths happened at the same time. There's no way that's a coincidence. Also, Ibuki was under the thing of the gullible disease. Why would she kill herself? She'd kill herself if someone told her to do it, but why would she do that of her own accord? There's a massive candle positioned near the front of the stage. The dull light in that video must have been coming from this candle. A candle this huge might be perfect for lighting, but they didn't need to bother using a candle. They could have just used the normal stage lighting. If they had done that, then they would have gotten to the top of the ladder, paused, and then done nothing because they weren't gonna hang themselves because that was the killer. Candle has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The stepladder is tipped over on its side. This must be the stepladder that Ibuki used in the video I saw.
Isn't that a bloodstain?
See?
Oh, let's have a good look at that. That is... It is sprayed quite far. I'm sorry, I'm mimicking slashing someone's throat. That is very morbid, but I'm trying to imagine the blood splatter on different surfaces. You're cutting the throat, so that's a major artery. That would spray. Like, if you cut the back of someone's hand, you're not going to get blood splatter. You'd get blood splatter on the floor, but there wouldn't be like a spray. But if you cut a major artery, that's gonna gush. If it was upright, if the ladder was upright when Hiyoko was killed, you'd expect... Because those are perfect circles. Those are perfect droplets. If the ladder was up, then got kicked out, the blood would have moved. But if the ladder was already on the floor, then that would create that.
Look, there's blood around the left side of the ladder. As I recall, Ibuki didn't have any external injuries. If that's the case,
then it must be Hiyoko's blood.
Yep.
That's the only thing I can think of.
A blood stain that probably belongs to Hiyoko is on the left side of the stepladder. What does it mean? Stepladder has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Here's what I'm thinking, bearing in mind that there's no sign of that blood running. Also, the blood is on Ibuki's shoes. She can't have been in the air. When that cut happened, Ibuki, she was probably dead, but she had to have still been on the floor. Because if she were up in the air, her feet were pointing downwards, the blood would be on the skin, not on the soles. Okay, no, that's Chiaki. There's a black curtain hanging at the far side of the stage. This curtain, it's not wide enough. It can't reach from one edge of the stage to the other.
Huh?
It's not really a full-length curtain.
This curtain wasn't originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly.
It was probably obtained from the furniture section of the supermarket. See, the back of the curtain is taped for temporary use, just like the curtain at the supermarket.
So you're saying someone took the time to actually bring that curtain from the supermarket?
So...
If they went that far, this was probably something that the killer really needed for the crime.
Why did they need it?
Who knows?
Well, it wouldn't be a mystery if the answers came easy. Was the curtain not always there? I genuinely can't remember. I thought that the curtain was always there. Oh. I'm gonna have to look back at that. I'm gonna go back to when we first entered the Titty Typhoon and I'm gonna have a look at the background because I thought that the black curtain was always there, if I'm being completely honest. Music venue curtain has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Again, that just... it makes me think of the blackout curtains in the conference room or whatever it's called. Can't look at the baton lighting. Hiyoko's body is suspended against the pillar on the far side of the stage. She's wrapped against the pillar with duct tape, and she looks like she was forced to stand upright. Damn it, who did this? According to the Monokuma file, her cause of death was a slit throat. Her neck looks like it stopped bleeding, probably because of the duct tape wrapped around it. But why is Hiyoko's kimono like this? Her kimono is all disheveled. Also, her sash is tied in the front. Did the killer do this too? But when did the killer kill Hiyoko? Yes, see? See how much thicker that pillar is compared to the other? And there was only pink, I think. That just looks like the one piece of equipment shattered. Ooh. When I first discovered Ibuki's body, I didn't see Hiyoko's body here. If that's the case, Hiyoko was killed. It must have been during the time I was getting everyone before I came back here. No, it was way before. It was before you even entered the building. But that was barely 10 minutes. Is it really possible that the killer killed Hiyoko and taped her up in such a short amount of time? It's impossible. It's completely impossible, and if that isn't the case, then you have to look at the possibility of she was there the entire time. We just didn't see her. Even if it is possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so. Because the killer must be someone who doesn't have an alibi during that time, right?
Hey!
Ah, Hajime, do you have a minute? No, you're in the way.
Now.
I don't wish to be in your way at all, but there's something I really need your help with. Help?
Actually,
If you look closely, there's an unnatural shape bulging from inside Hiyoko's kimono. So I was thinking she might be hiding something. Wait, hold on. Don't tell me you want me to search inside Hiyoko's kimono.
huh?
Huh? That's exactly it!
Why?
Well, it would have been a problem if she were alive, but she's dead now, you know. No, have some respect! Don't go groping corpses! Don't mess with me! Are you saying there's no problem with that now that she's dead? Fine. If you don't want to do it, I'll just have to ask someone else. I mean, Chiaki's right there. Chiaki is stood right there. I think it might be slightly more appropriate if she were the one to do it.
Hey!
Not Akane. Chiaki, she stood right there. She's literally just like, hey guys, I can do it. I'm in the corner. Hey, Akane. Yo, what's up?
Hey,
Well, there's something I want you to do for me. It looks like there's something inside Hiyoko's kimono, so can you feel around for that?
What?
I don't really understand, but I just gotta check Hiyoko's kimono, right?
thanks.
Thank you, Akane. Helping each other is such a wonderful thing.
Now then.
Let's see. Akane reached through the duct tape, binding Hiyoko as she stuck her hand inside her kimono.
That's weird.
Damn it, she's tied up so tight, I can't really reach with my hand. Oh, wait, hold on.
Yo!
There's something. Is this what you were looking for? It's a key. Okay. Is this a key?
Perhaps.
It looks different than the keys to the cottage. So this may be the key to her motel room. The key to her motel room, huh?
But
If her key were so deep inside her kimono that it'd be hard to remove, then it's very unlikely that the killer tampered with this evidence.
isn't that right?
Because if this is a trap, they would have put it more let's try that again. Because if this is a trap, they would have put it more toward the front of her kimono so we'd notice it easier. Which means we can conclude this is something Hiyoko had with her all along. Motel room key has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Also, it's not like I'm adding to that or anything. But you looked like you were curious about the condition of Hiyoko's body, right, Hajime? Of course, that's why I'm investigating. It's true, there are several mysteries regarding her body.
well,
Well, just hear me out for a second. Of all those mysteries, what I think is the strangest is
see?
the way they wrapped her body with that duct tape. It's almost like they were trying to hide the wound on Hiyoko's neck, don't you think? Hide the wound on her neck? Well, if it's a neck wound, that would create... it would create a load of blood going down her front and it could pool out, perhaps? Hide the wound on her neck. I don't really know if that was their true intention, but I guess it's a big help for our investigation. The reason for the low volume of blood is because the duct tape is acting as a compress, right? If her body was left alone after her throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. A sea of blood, huh? 2 dead bodies floating in a sea of blood. That's enough to make anybody faint. How many people would know how to compress a wound like that? And here, I'm not saying how many people would know how to compress a wound. I'm saying how many people would know, because like that's a neck wound. That's an extremely serious wound. And there's really only that little bit on her kimono, the smear, and a couple of blood splatters. For a neck wound, that is remarkably little. So who would know how to compress a wound so competently? Because there are more than a couple of people who I think like, oh yeah, they could absolutely do something similar, but there'd be a load of blood. They wouldn't be able to do it this proficiently. Mikan. That's the only word my brain can come up with. One sec. I'm just checking that I'm not missing out on anything else. Yeah, we also have the AC and the baton control panel. Okay, and then what was... I thought I saw... Okay, that's the curtain. Yeah, we've already looked at that. There's a control panel on the wing of the stage. It seems you can use this control panel to raise and lower the baton lighting on the ceiling. In fact, we use this to lower Ibuki's hanged body. Speaking of the lighting, the video of the music venue I saw. It had a dim, candlelit ambience to it, and it didn't look like this lighting was used at all. But why didn't they use this lighting? Was there some reason that would have inconvenienced them? Yeah, it would have looked awkward as fuck.
Appeared.
I see. So you noticed it too, fiend. Huh? Noticed? So you didn't notice? Are those eyes just little glass balls? Take a good look at the baton lighting above your head. Have you not noticed that aberrant item? Look at the baton lighting. You mean that? There's something that looks like black paper stuck to the baton lighting. So you finally noticed. But I can't really see it from here. I should lower the baton lighting one more time and...
I can see it!
There is no need.
Go, my 4 dark devas of destruction!
Okay. Go, Mirage Golden Hawk Jumpy! Now is the time for you to take flight! Feast your eyes upon the brave souls of my 4 dark devas of destruction! A hamster launched itself from Gundam's hand and ran up to the baton lighting on the ceiling in a flash. Damn! That is a well-trained hamster. Oh! It's so cute! Choo! It started running around the stuck slip of paper in rapid circles. And then the paper fluttered downward and was deftly caught by Gundam. That was impressive. That was very impressive. Did you see that? Behold the power of the ultimate evil eye wielder.
Wow!
Wow, that is amazing. I have never seen a hamster do tricks.
How pitiful.
They're my 4 dark devas of destruction. Hamsters are merely their temporary form. So what's with that paper?
Fine.
It seems to be some kind of thick paper, though it does not have any special spells scribed onto it.
That was close.
It appears it's nothing useful. No, it is very useful. It is very useful because it explains why Hyoko was not there 1 minute and then there the next. No, that's not it. There's no doubt this is some kind of clue. I mean, the fact that it was stuck in a place like that, no matter how we think about it, it's too unnatural. Scrap of thick paper has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay, and the AC. This looks like the music venue's AC unit. That's right, you might be able to adjust the hot air in the music venue with this. Alright, I should mess around with it a little, like so. It's running as a heater! Over 86 degrees Fahrenheit, damn! Now I know why it's so damn hot. I better turn off the heater for now, that should cool things off a little. AC temperature has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Here's the thing, the fact that they have brought up multiple times, why is it so hot in here? Why is it so hot in here? That has to be a major clue. If I had killed someone, and this is a very theoretical conversation. I am not admitting to anything on camera. If I had killed someone, there is only one reason I would fuck about with the AC, and that is to help disguise the time of death. Because time of death is, it's calculated using the temperature of the body. You know, and how quickly it cools, that kind of thing. I don't know the precise science of it, but I know that it all relates to the temperature of the body. How many people would know that? Because I can only think of two. Mikan and Sonia. Mikan, obviously being a nurse, she's been performing the autopsies. She would absolutely know that that's how you calculate time of death. And Sonia is obsessed with serial killers. So I would assume she would probably also know at least something about that. And then in conjunction with the rather impressive compression work over here, it has to be Mikan. It has to be. She's given herself away with that. Those two things. It has to be. It has to be. She's the only one that it would make sense. I think she caught the despair disease. I think she finally caught it, and this is what she's done. Also, yeah, it was only the pink thing when we first arrived. The camera was smashed afterwards. There's a door that says staff only. Looks like the inside is a storage room. I might as well investigate in here too. There were step ladders in here. I can't remember how many. It might have just been one. It could have been two. Either way, they're missing. Nagito, did you come here to investigate this storage room too? I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it? Or is he trying to stand guard here?
Hey.
So how about it? Did you find any clues? The tipped over stepladder on the stage, the duct tape binding Hiyoko. That probably all came from this storage room. There might be other things from this storage room that they used for the crime. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end, you're just going to be on the killer's side, right? He's on the side of hope. He's on Hope's side. It's who has the stronger hope. Aw, I'm not siding with the killer, you know? I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it.
But...
that's the main reason why this case is really special. Huh?
Man.
But I can't say for certain, though. What is this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any sense.
Hajime.
By the way, Hajime, I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
Hey, if you could explain it to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give you some more useful information. Really? You might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want to find the truth. You just want to make us suffer.
How mean.
That's not true. I'm doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'd gladly become the enemy, and I won't even mind when I die.
Damn it.
That's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Because he's basically declaring right there, as I read that, as I understand it, he's basically declaring that... How do I want to word this? This is a case that goes against his ethos. He's all, like the other two murders, they were all for hope. In his mind, the hope to get free and all of that. Yet this one apparently causes him anguish. If the others were killed in the name of hope, if that's how he genuinely views them, what's so different about this one? Because if this wasn't done for hope, then that means this was done for despair. It could just be the whole despair disease, because it hit Nagito the hardest, and to be honest, I think it was his body rejecting the despair disease. He is so fueled by hope that when inflicted with a disease that spreads despair, his body was like, right, time to self-destruct. I guess this is what we're doing now. She had to have had the despair disease. I don't know what the despair disease did to her, whether it made her murderous, whether it made her aggressive. I don't know, but she had to have had the despair disease, which means this crime wasn't committed in the name of hope, and that pisses him off. That's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time. Huh? What does that mean? Regardless, I guess you're not gonna tell me, huh? Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings?
Hey.
You should come by later, too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously the movie theater. After he said that, Nagito walked out of my sight. Movie theater? Why the sudden interest in the movie theater? This has to relate back to the Wizards of Monami. There's been so much build-up over that film, I don't see the connection, because to be very brutally honest, I don't think there is any grand motivation for this crime beyond Mikan picked up the despair disease and that drove her to kill somehow. I don't think there is any greater motivation beyond that. So I'm genuinely quite curious how that film factors into that. There's a lot of stickers with the venue's logo placed here. It's like they made a bunch of them and had too many left over. It feels somewhat depressing. Huh? Compared to last time, it feels like there are less stickers than before. Am I overthinking this? No, you're not, because look at the wallpaper. There's carpeting, wallpaper, and paint on the shelf. It's probably used for stage decorations. This thick black paper that's folded up on the lower shelf, it looks like wallpaper. There are a lot of stickers pasted all over the front side of this wallpaper. And the edge of the wallpaper, it looks a little torn, but what does this mean? Anything else? We can look at the instruments in the mirror. Okay. There's a lot of different musical instruments lined up here. I know about guitars and drums, but there are also instruments and machines that I've never seen before. But they don't look like they pertain to the case. You can see your whole body in this huge full-length mirror. It's probably used for checking costumes. With a mirror this big, it'd be easy to check how you look. I guess that's everything important in this storage room. I guess I should go back to the music venue. Okay. And I am going to bring this episode to a close right here. I'm quietly confident, I'd say, on my theory of how this crime went down. There are still some kinks to be ironed out, but I feel pretty good about my version of events. I think I'm on the right path there. In the next episode, we continue investigating, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.